anybody that comes to October 1st and wish me happy Independence Day, I'm finna knock your teeth out. I will knock your teeth out. Yeah, why you out? Is Nigeria really free? We are still in the clutches of our colonial masters. While they might actually pretend, oh no, they've put their hands off Nigeria, they secretly run the affairs, and we see it. And we see the way they are sponsoring the troops, targeting the oil producing states, the farmers. Let nobody come and wish me happy Independence Day. And yes, I'm in my colonizer's country. Yes, I migrated to my colonizer's country because I want to be so close to my colonizers. Yeah. Wish him Independence Day.
I genuinely do have questions though for my Nigerians abroad and across the diaspora. Do you feel like Nigeria operates as an independent nation? Do you think Nigeria is truly independent? Have they truly freed themselves? Are they operating as a proper governing body? Do we have government officials that care enough about our people? There is no infrastructure or healthcare system in that country. Even the wealthy go abroad when they're sick. When they want the best of the best education, they send their kids abroad. They don't want to stay within the confines of Nigeria itself. And I know, Dirty December is coming up. Everyone bigs up Nigeria. That is the prime time where you see the wealth discrepancy in that nation, the wealth gap between the rich and the poor. That is the prime time to see it. And I know somebody, not everything is not political. It's not that serious. We just want to celebrate. Well, it is kind of that serious. It is, if we're being real. It kind of is. The country does not function like it should. There are no leaders that care about it the way that it should be cared about. We have leaders that don't care about their constituents. Everyone is operating on individual base needs, like they only care about themselves. I don't think that's a country that I should be celebrating. The country doesn't move like it's independent. We've already dealt with colonialism, and quite frankly, we're moving towards neo-colonialism. There will be a new colonial head honcho on the continent, in the country. Just because they don't use violence to attain their power does not mean, we're not in the crutches of a new colonial master, unfortunately. The country does not govern as an independent body, an independent state, an independent nation. It's a failing country with failing government. And it's sad. And it's unfortunate. And that's why me personally, I can't partake in independence because it doesn't feel like the country is independent. The greatest asset and resource the Nigerian country has is its people. And Nigeria is experiencing heavy brain drain. Some of the best doctors you will meet, they are of Nigerian descent, but they are not in Nigeria. They don't practice medicine in Nigeria. They practice medicine abroad. In Europe, in America, in Asia, that's where they are. The embarrassment that overcame me during the Olympics because the Nigerian teams weren't being taken care of by their own government. These are athletes who are competing with the best of the best in the world, and our government refused to properly prepare them and fund them and give them the necessities that they need. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. I don't know. I don't know if I can properly feel like celebrating independence when the country does not feel free. It does not feel independent. It does not feel strong. It's not thriving. And I feel like Nigeria should be thriving because there's too much to offer from within it, and it's not doing its best. But then again, like I said, some people may say, oh, I'm thinking too deep, it's not that serious, yada yada yada. I never said anybody shouldn't celebrate their Independence Day. I just asked a series of questions and expressed some thought. Everyone can do whatever the hell they want to do, though. But for me, it's another October 1st. It doesn't feel like Independence Day for that country.
Welcome back to Gist9. Today, Nigeria is celebrating 65 years of independence, and the president just announced that the usual independence parade will not even hold this year. And funny enough, many Nigerians are saying that this is actually a good decision because what is there to celebrate when the country is still crawling like a baby at 65? And let's be honest, Nigeria at 65 is not looking like a country that is truly free or independent. Instead of being proud, strong and united, we are battling insurgency everywhere, from Boko Haram issues to bandits to kidnappers. And Nigerians are not even safe to travel freely inside their own country. People are being attacked in villages, kidnapped on highways, and even farmers can't go to farm peacefully without fear. How do you call that independence? Independence is not just about raising flags and singing the anthem. For me, it's about people feeling safe in their own land. And that is something many Nigerians don't feel. And another thing is this issue of Nigeria still begging the World Bank and IMF for loans. A country that calls itself Giants of Africa cannot even pay its bills without borrowing. Every year, the government is pulling up and going out looking for ways and what to borrow just to pay salaries and run the country. How can you say you're independent when you're living on borrowed money? If you're truly independent, you should be standing strong on your own feet, not borrowing every time just to survive. Then look at our leaders. Whenever they are sick, they do not use Nigerian hospitals. What they do is that they quickly fly abroad to get treatment in London, Germany, or America. Even the former president, Buhari, I think he died abroad. And if the leaders themselves don't trust the hospitals they are supposed to be building for the people, what does that tell you? It means they know the system is broken. But instead of fixing it, they'll rather escape with taxpayers' money to treat themselves abroad. Ordinary Nigerians who cannot afford to fly abroad are left to die in hospitals that don't even have light or basic equipment. At 65, should that be the reality of a country that claims to be independent? Well, the truth is that Nigeria is still heavily dependent. We are dependent on foreign loans, dependent on imported fuel, even though we have crude oil. We are dependent on foreign schools because even our education system is falling apart. We are dependent on foreign doctors because our health system is in shambles. Dependent on foreign companies because our industries have collapsed. So what exactly are we celebrating? And this is what a lot of Nigerians are asking. It's almost like Nigeria is independent only on paper but not in real life. So if we are being real, the cancellation of the Independence Parade is not even a bad thing for me, because instead of wasting money on soldiers marching and politicians giving fake speeches, maybe the government should use that money to at least fix one hospital, repair one road, or build one power station. Nigerians don't need another parade. They need food, job, electricity, water, and safety. What's the point of waving flags when the people are suffering? Nigeria 65 should have been a time to celebrate real progress. We should be proud of working hospitals, working schools, constant lights, good roads, and a safe country. But sadly, it feels like nothing much has changed since independence in 1960. In fact, some people even say Nigeria has gone backwards, and the corruption is even worse now. Insecurity, the leaders keep recycling the same old promises with no result. So, as Nigeria turns 65 today, the question every Nigerian should ask is, are we really independent, or are we just free from Britain? Just this slave issue, that's the only thing we are being saved from. Are we really independent, or we are just free from Britain but still slaves to bad leadership, corruption, and foreign debts? Independence is supposed to mean freedom, progress, and dignity. But what most Nigerians are experiencing is suffering, frustration, and hopelessness. And I feel that until we get leaders that actually care for the people and are willing to fix the country, Nigeria will remain independent only in name but not in reality. And today should not just be about raising flags or posting on social media. It should be about reflection, about asking ourselves hard questions. Because at 65 years, Nigeria should be standing tall, not crawling on borrowed crutches. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Nigeria is truly independent, or you think we are not truly independent? Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. And if today is your first time joining my channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe.
"65 years on, Nigeria to celebrate independence under the shadow of 149 trillion naira debts. So, at 65 years, instead of wealth creation, we are mortgaging tomorrow. Every new loan we get is a signature against the future of our children. It's just like lighting the candles on the anniversary cake while your flour, your sugar, and even the icing are borrowed. Our debt has climbed to an all-time high. As at March 2025, Nigeria's total debt stock stood at 149 trillion naira, compared to June 2023 at the end of President Buhari's administration, when it was around 87 trillion naira. That means in just 2 years, her debt has grown by over 60 trillion naira. Now, the World Bank is preparing to add another $750 million to our books. According to them, 500 million will go into bridge project aimed at expanding broadband internet across the 6 geopolitical zones, laying fiber optic cables and setting up data centers. Another $250 million is allocated for health security, which is designed to strengthen the Nigeria Center for Disease Control to better prepare for future outbreaks, according to them, learning from the painful lessons of COVID-19. So, on the loan, the federal government will hold 51% equity in a special purpose vehicle, while private partner hold 49%. Investors, telecom operators, and foreign multilateral backers. In simple terms, nearly half of this project belongs to private sector. That means, in essence, Nigeria carries the debt burden while private partners share in the control and profit. So even before broadband reaches people, profit and control are already tilted toward private hands. The official language is that this loan will expand broadband to underdeserved areas. But who defines underdeserved? In Nigeria today, there are communities without basic schools, without functional hospitals, without roads, without electricity. Yet the government wants to describe them as underdeserved because they lack internet. What is the sense in laying fiber optics cable to places where children cannot find classroom and pregnant women cannot find doctors? Even in urban centers where broadband supposedly exists, access is still a luxury. So if the present system hasn't delivered in places with towers and cables, what is the guarantee that these loans tied to fiber cables will magically solve the problem in the villages? So who is in charge? The bridge project is being driven by the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy through a special purpose vehicle, while the health loan is managed by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control under the Ministry of Finance. So as we prepare to cut the 65th birthday cake of this nation, we must ask ourselves, are we baking the cake with our own flour, or is it with the flour we borrowed? And how long can a country keep borrowing to celebrate its independence?
Nigerian independence is tomorrow, and I'm not trying to be woke, but I just wanted to say that as young individuals, we have an obligatory duty to invest our minds into Nigerian politics. Not even Nigerian politics, let's just say African politics in general. And even going as far as investing our minds, we need to start using our voices to talk about the things that are really happening in that country. Poverty is looming in Africa. Poverty is looming in Nigeria. There are children that are selling plantain and gala on the streets instead of them going to school. Bad roads, bad water, bad transportation, extremist insurrection, churches being vandalized and churchgoers being killed. all these things are happening in that country. And if we don't stand for something right now, our children are going to fall for nothing later on. To be honest with you, every single time that we get on any social media app and we engage in religious wars, we engage in tribal wars, we literally lose the opportunity to claim back our society that we love. As I grow older, I realize that the older generation are paying the sins of blindly following religious leaders that do not have their best interest at heart, or not taking action in certain political situations, or even holding on to traditional values that should have been discarded a long time ago. We are starting to pay for those sins now, and we don't want our children to pay for that. Peace.
Also, can I just say, I'm not really looking forward to Nigerian Independence Day. Of course, there are multiple normal reasons as to why someone wouldn't be, especially for someone who was born and raised in Nigeria, living in Nigeria right now, dealing with all the economical, societal, and other type of strife. That is absolutely normal. We understand, and people should understand why many Nigerians in Nigeria kind of scoff at Nigerian Americans and people in the other parts of the diaspora, like celebrating Nigerian Independence Day. But the reason why I really don't look forward to it is because I find lots of the celebrations, and maybe it's because I'm not in like places like Houston or Texas, so while it does get a bit more deep, it's like a lot of y'all are just basic. A lot of the parties I'll be going to, and this is no hate to the party people I have gone to, like specifically if we have a relationship like friends, that's not anything towards you, it's more of a general thing. A lot of it is just basic because, I don't know, I just feel like in my heart, when it comes to Nigerian Americans today, a lot of y'all are only interested in like, oh, the latest Afro beats, the latest this, or, you know, the Afro fusions mixed with amapiano. Y'all don't like to go deep. Y'all don't like to go to like the deep cultural stuff. Y'all don't like to tap into like the old school music. That's the thing. I don't think modern Nigerians in the diaspora like listening to like the old school music in parties. Like, no one will actually be throwing up that old school Afro beat. No one will be listening to that old school highlight. Y'all don't even try to go into the different areas of Nigeria. Y'all just, I don't know, I just find a lot of y'all basic. I don't know if it's just me, just at least from where I'm at. Like the parties just focus on what's modern, what's popping. Y'all never really like to go old school. It's like you guys only like kind of laugh and scoff at what's old, and only in your own, you know, personal vibes you might vibe to it, but like never at a function do I ever hear that old school music and people doing any of that, like showing any aspect of that culture. If it's not that legwork type of music, y'all really don't do anything. That's it.
I'm here today to tell the government that Nigerian citizens are not happy. We are not okay with what they are doing. I'm here to tell the government that we are hungry. Our pots are empty. We cannot afford electricity. We cannot afford transportation. Everything is high.
Give us our country. I know about them. Hungry too much. We are out here to protest today because there is no democracy in Nigeria. 26 years after democracy was supposedly restored, we can see that all of the freedoms that the people in a democratic country ought to enjoy do not exist in Nigeria. It's a monumental failure, because there's hardly any regime that you look at over the past 26 years that you are not going to see different signs of failure of democratic institutions, whether you are talking about the legislature or you are talking about the judiciary.
When all the boats where they old motto, all the boats are down, where they don't lose, the motto go they sang the motto go they go like back. All the institutions that are supposed to be protecting you and I as a Nigerian, all their boats don't lose. All the institutions are down. All the institutions that are supposed to protect you and I, all the institutions are down. When they are down, police is down, army is struggling, court is down, INEC is zero. I wrote to Code of Conduct in July to collect Wike asset declaration. Up till today, they keep telling me, go and be checking your email. I don't check my email, I don't tire. Code of Conduct to give me Wike asset declaration is public paper. It is my right And I did the needful. My lawyer wrote, we have been there 6 times. Code of conduct. Where is Wike asset declaration? Now story. When all the institutions that are supposed to protect a common man are down, that means the country is going on rickety way. It's like when all the boats that hold your car is down, they are down. Then your car will be doing. When all the boats that hold your generator, when they are down, your generator will be sounding extra loud. Now they want to start taxing Ashewo. That means Ashewo, when they come now, you go come, government come. And they are using money to buy houses in America. They are not taking measure to let us know our money is safe. But they want to tax us, collect more. After collecting our commonwealth wealth, they want to collect our finance, they want to collect our money, join. All the boats that hold the country, that hold your fundamental human rights are down. And they are still doing more. Wike does not have immunity. All the revelation we've been hearing, hotel in Port Harcourt, land for the children in Nigeria, land in America. EFCC, they haven't called that Wike once. He doesn't have immunity, but the FRS can make law for them to go into your account and start taking more of your money. There was a country, I'm sure we'll be ready.
When we left government, in the Sovereign Wealth Fund, we left $1 billion. Exchange rate was between 170 to 198. The foreign reserve was about 42 billion. Nigeria's economy in 2014 was rebuilt, and Nigeria was recognized as one of the major emerging economies. In fact, we overtook South Africa in terms of the quality of our economy. Railway, it was President Jonathan who started the railway project. Rotimi Amechi, when he was minister, himself acknowledged it. Power, the revolution in the power sector, reform in the power sector, was the handiwork of President Goodluck Jonathan. Okay, the APC government, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they came now, they brought, what's his name now? Muhammadu Buhari as president of Nigeria. Muhammadu Buhari destroyed everything, either in railway or power. The legacy of President Jonathan was, driven aground because they were more interested in, embarrassing President Jonathan. President Jonathan established 14 new federal universities, 166 Amajiri schools. The APC government, after 2015, could not even maintain the Amajiri schools. So the Naira, as I said, was also very stable. So Mr. Ononuga, with due respect, is playing politics. He's dispensing propaganda. He's not talking to the point. He's a man that I respect, but our government proved to be better than the APC government. And this is why now you have Nigerians, other political parties saying they want President Jonathan back. In Malawi, they have brought back Mutharika. Mutharika is 85 years old. The country could not find its direction. They said Mutharika should come back. In Ghana, they have brought back President John Mahama, to come and rescue the country. Nigerians are saying, bring back Jonathan. There's even a group that says, bring back our Jonathan. Now, that may be an issue for the APC government, but revisionism will not be accepted from Mr. Ononuga.
Big thanks to Mr. President. Yes, because I have to say big thanks to Mr. President for doing this. Ever since this administrative started their government system, this will be the first thing I've ever seen as the right thing in this system. The first thing that they have done right, because Hope you can see on my screen. Mr. President said that they have cancelled the patrol, the national patrol that they used to take and recognize this October 1st. Yes, this message is telling us that the FG itself is trying to recognize the fact that Nigerian citizens are not totally or actually fine. Things are not going well. There is nothing worthy to be celebrated. So we don't have anything that is worthy of celebration. So in this sense, I say kudos to you for doing this. Even if Mr. President has not done anything right before, I give him 100% of doing this. So thanks to Mr. President for doing that. Okay?
Nigeria at 65. Nigeria waves her flag high, green and white, freedom in the sky. But I ask, are we truly free if the minds of our kids are still in captivity? Not in chains of iron nor bars of steel, but screens. Big bright screens. Cartoons that teach them what to feel, what to wear, how to act, whom and what to believe, and how to identify. Cocomelon sings them to sleep. Bluey tells them what's funny and what's deep. SpongeBob colors their play with hysteric laughter. But where is Amina, Chike, Deji, Priye, and Mfon? Where is the story of our own children? Independence, we shout it, we scream it, we sing it, but independence is not just political, is it? It is cultural, it is spiritual, it is what we feed the next generation. So I stand here to say, true freedom will come the day our children watch us, hear us, see us, dream us, and believe us. That is why I created the Imaginative Theatre, to bring African stories alive on stage. That's why I built the Imaginative Tales and Wonders, so screens can carry our children's names and voices. That's why I write African books. So every Nigerian or African child deserves to know their heritage rocks. Nigeria at 65. We are free in flag, but are we free in soul? The future depends on what we let our children know. As the fireworks glow, ask yourself, will my child inherit independence or just another show?
Hello, Nigeria's political class, and in fact, the real enemy of Nigeria. Please listen, lend me your ears. By the revelations that is open to everybody who sees in spirit in Nigeria, it is obvious that a very heavy rain is about to fall on Nigeria. The rain that is about to fall is not going to be light. The corruption, the evils that are going on in the political class has become so enormous that the youths cannot bear it anymore. The disparaging and miscarriage of justice that is going on in the judiciary has become so terrible that the youths cannot bear it anymore. The injustice you meted against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become so obvious that almost every well-meaning Nigerian is angry with you. The withdrawal of self from basic duties by the paramilitaries, by this I mean the military and the police, it has become so obvious that the youths cannot take it anymore. The anger of Nigerian youths has become so furious that almost nothing can stop what is about to happen. Come to think of it, Nigerian military has very low strength of personnel, to the tune of only 230,000 personnel. That is the military, which comes third in the whole Africa. Nigerian police has very low number of staff, which is 370 thereabout, in a country that has a population of about 250 million. You have nothing to wage the rain that is about to fall. Nothing. You don't have enough for it. And remember, the military you have, come to think of it, The officers who are already politicians are not among the strength that you can use to protect yourselves. The soldiers are demoralized, and many of them have been chased away from Nigeria to Cameroon. And the remaining ones are not well paid. They are not motivated to fight for you. Where is your hope? Nigeria. If there is anyone that answers Nigeria, what will be your defense? This thing is not a wish by anyone, but the way you have handled the people in your leadership has caused a very big problem for you. I say cost. I didn't say causing. Has caused a very big problem for you. Because what is about to happen and can start happening any moment by the revelation I received is going to be terrible. And if you see a fight that you cannot contend with, better withdraw and start running in time. Nigeria, the obvious is about to happen. The pain has reached the neck, and there is no withdrawal. Think about what you should do. It is either you divide Nigeria or Nigeria will divide you. That is the slogan. Both for the political class, both for the military, both for the judiciary, both for the legislators, both for the youths, even the free citizens. It is either you divide Nigeria or Nigeria divides you. That is what is coming from the spirit. That is what is coming from the spirit. Either you stand up to divide Nigeria or Nigeria divides you. You better stand up now. Thank you.